I'd like you to explain to the listening audience, and for my own benefit too, more of that cranial sacral
Yeah.
portion of bringing that forward for not only the baby, but for the mother as well, correct?
Mhm. So I try, like in my clinical arm in my office, I try to, what I should say is my goal is to treat the mom and the baby as a dyadic care. They
Mm.
are symbiotically together, have been together, and continue to be together, even in postpartum. And what craniosacral is, it really fascinated me. I saw babies go for craniosacral treatment or craniosacral fascial treatment, very similar. And I would see huge changes in the mom and the baby. Like all of a sudden, they'd get out of this stress, maybe trauma from the birth, things like that, and be in a place of really at peace and feeding
Mm.
better, resting better, both of them. Um, Mentally feeling better, especially for the moms. So I took a training in it. I did the Gillespie method, which is craniosacral fascial therapy. It was a training in adult and then training in infants. It took me 2 years to achieve both.
Mhm.
And it's a very light touch therapy. It deals with the cranial down to the sacral, the spine, but also very much like other therapies, the whole body, like from your toes to the top of your head. And the way I describe it to my patients is every muscle in our body is encased in fascia. And fascia, if you could think of it like saran wrap, around every muscle.
Mm.
And that fascia connects throughout the body. It's like a second roadmap. So we have the lymphatics, we have veins, arteries, we have so many different muscles, tendons, bones, they all connect. But the fascia is one of the more major connecting, let's say, thoroughfares of the body. And
Mm.
um, even babies can have their fascia really tighten up due to birth injury, due to how they were positioned in mom's utero. They could be very tight on one side and looser on the other, or more widespread. So it always starts with the laying of the hands either on the sacrum or on the back of the head or the head. And many times with babies, if they're really stressed, I start on their feet. I don't even touch the
Mm.
sacrum. I just start on their legs and their feet. I feel like they're the least sensitive in those areas. And then it's really being patient, getting rid of ego, getting rid of all your thoughts, and it's feeling the movement of that system. So it moves at a different pulsation than breathing or heart rate and things like that. And when you really sit quietly and just have that very fine touch, I would say another class I took, the teacher explained it, which beautifully, as lily pads floating on the water. So,
Oh,
so that it's just that very, very light touch. But when you do that, you can actually feel that brain pulse is what we call it. And it's the fluid in the fascial system. So now we have like fascial rollers for, athletes, and so many people are now addressing the fascia in different ways. But for moms and babes, this is really the way that I do it. Sometimes I'll put the baby laying on mom. They're fully dressed,
mm-hmm.
just laying on mom, and I'll put my hands on one hand on mom and one hand on the baby. And I mean, I've never had a mom say, wow, that was terrible. Usually they're like, wow, that was so relaxing. That was amazing.
And that's beautiful.